The top 5 superfoods of today's video have anti-inflammatory, diabetes-fighting and kidney health-boosting properties. They're great to lower your creatinine and take good care of your kidneys. Yes, these are 5 foods all kidney patients must eat every week, at least. And I've ranked them, so you'll see which one you have to eat more frequently. My name is Katherine and today's video is going to be really special. While all the foods I usually show you are healthy, these 5 are a must for a healthy renal diet. And maybe you'll also discover a couple of new things you didn't know you could eat. Actually, there are a couple of myths and misconceptions about the renal diet I can't wait to dispel for good. So let's start immediately. Our number 5 is one of the healthiest tropical fruits. It's so healthy because it contains a super antioxidant that can fight chronic diseases. But is it safe for your renal diet? Let's see. Number 5 is mango! Mangoes have significant health benefits for your gut, heart, and kidneys. They contain high levels of fiber and pectin, both incredibly useful to control cholesterol levels and blood sugar levels. This makes mangoes suitable even for diabetics, also thanks to its low glycemic index. Mangoes are packed with polyphenols, including mangifrin, the super antioxidant. Amongst the polyphenols, mangifrin has gained the most interest since it's especially powerful against free radical damage linked to cancers, diabetes, and other illnesses. This is why they call it a super antioxidant, and mango is full of this polyphenol. This fruit is also really rich in fiber, twice what you can find in an apple, and that's great for diabetic patients. Yes, mangoes are not just really tasty, they're healthy too. But can people with kidney disease eat mango? Well, let's take a look at the nutritional values. As we can see here, one medium-sized mango weighing around 300 grams without the bone packs a serious amount of vitamins and fiber. Great! But there's one thing we don't like. Right here, potassium. More than 500 milligrams for a single fruit. A bit too much for some patients. What to do then? Should you completely avoid mangoes just because they're bigger than apples? And some old doctor decided that they contain too much potassium? Well, maybe just cut it in half. Half mango has just a little bit more potassium than a medium-sized apple. Absolutely safe for any single kidney disease patient. And you will get some health benefits you wouldn't have from an apple, including the super antioxidant. Not to mention that mangoes are super tasty. Also, you can share this fruit with a friend or a family member. This way, they can benefit from them too. So, share a mango and also share this video with anyone you know who is suffering from kidney disease. Click the share button or send them an email. Who wouldn't like to know they can eat mango? And if none of your friends like mangoes, don't worry, you can cut it into chunks and freeze it. When it's frozen, you can blend it, add some lemon and make a sorbet. Okay, the title of this video is 5 things you must eat regularly. So, how often should you eat mango? You cannot base your diet on exotic fruits, but what about eating it once in a while to add some variety to your diet? And this applies to many other forbidden foods I've shown you in my previous videos, such as watermelon, oats, and even potatoes. did you know you can bleach potatoes and add them back to your menu? So, our number 5 is adding a bit more variety to your diet. Don't eat random foods, obviously, but get informed and find new things you can add to your diet. That's what I'm here for, right? Now, here's how we eat mango in the Philippines. It's my favorite fruit, and it's so hard to find good ones here in Italy. Unlike the number 4, which is a true staple here, and it can be a staple of your renal diet too. Let's see it. Number 4, let's see what's inside. Legumes and beans. Okay, let's clarify one thing about beans and legumes immediately. They're very healthy for you. First of all, they're a great source of fiber, very important because most people don't get the recommended daily amount of fiber. They're also a source of iron and magnesium, and this part of the reason why they're so heart healthy and great to keep blood sugar levels and cholesterol under control. And if you follow me here regularly, you already know how important these things are for you. Now, I know that this opinion of mine clashes with the opinion of many more conservative nutritionists because many legumes are high both in potassium and phosphorus. The solution: eat green beans. Not only are green beans a nice, crunchy, low-calorie food, they also have the same benefits of other legumes, but without the potassium. They have just 211 milligrams of potassium per cup. This makes them very healthy and very suitable for a renal diet. Great! Another great option is green peas with 354 milligrams of potassium per cup. Green peas contain a decent amount of heart-healthy minerals such as magnesium and calcium. Diets high in these nutrients may be helpful for preventing high blood pressure, very useful to make your kidneys healthy. Now, other legumes you can add to your diet are fava beans and chickpeas. They're richer in potassium but still very healthy. But avoid white beans, navy beans, white kidney, lima beans, and other high potassium legumes. And watch my video about potassium if you're concerned with it. Another concern is phosphorus. Phosphorus in legumes is not completely absorbed by the body, just 50% usually. So that's another thing that some people tend to overestimate. So now you know why legumes are one of those foods that has been unfairly demonized for kidney patients. Eat more of them now that you know you can. So, how often should you eat legumes and beans as a part of a healthy diet to lower your creatinine? My advice, based on a recent study conducted on non-dialysis kidney patients, is to eat them twice per week. Use them to replace some other protein source when you eat pasta or bread. And by the way, guys, do you like my top 5s? If so, let me know in comment section. You know, I always do my best to make contents you like. Okay, it's time for our number 3 now. This is something you will want to eat every day. Let's see why. Ready? Let's see what's inside. Plums! Black plums are a great addition to your renal diet. They're low in potassium and rich in fiber, magnesium, and calcium. Plums belong to the same family as peaches, nectarines, and apricots, but they're richer in antioxidants, especially anthocyanins, a specific type of polyphenols that gives them their dark color. And You want a lot of antioxidants in your diet. The more, the better. Now, plums have another great benefit. They can relieve constipation. Fresh plums are available from June through October since their peak season is August and September. So right now, it's your best chance to add them to your diet if you haven't already. 3 small plums like these I have here have a little bit less potassium than a medium-sized apple. This makes them absolutely safe. When you select plums in the produce section of your market, look for fruit that is free of nicks and blemishes. They should be even in color, appear to be plump and smell sweet. Avoid purchasing plums that are rock hard. Also, avoid dried prunes. They're not suitable for a renal diet. Okay, so the idea behind today's video was to show you foods to eat every day. And seasonal fruits are something you should really eat on a daily basis. Maybe not just plums, but also other fruits in season such as grapes, peaches, apples, and more. Make these fruits a regular entry of your healthy way of eating and your kidneys will be happy. It's time for our number 2, another unfairly demonized food that's actually great for you. Let's see what's inside. Oh, white rice and brown rice. I never talk about rice because I was convinced that everyone already eats it regularly. But turns out, just like for legumes, there's a lot of misconceptions surrounding rice in general and white rice in particular. A lot of people don't eat it because it's a source of carbs. There's even the false notion that eating rice can lead to weight gain. And lately, some doctors are even recommending their CKD patients to avoid brown rice. But is this a good idea? I mean, rice is a staple food of more than half of the world's population. It is accompanied with almost any dish from breakfast to dinner and snacks. Should kidney disease patients really avoid it? So, let's clarify this. Eating rice regularly is 100% a safe part of a healthy renal diet. Today, I'll show you why. First of all, white rice is low in sodium, potassium, and phosphorus. It has just 13 milligrams of potassium per half cup portion, or about 65 grams, and 60 milligrams of phosphorus. This makes it perfectly safe for people with kidney disease in any stage. White rice is also considered a safe carbohydrate since it is easy to digest and everyone can eat it. People with chronic digestive issues will have a much easier time digesting white rice than brown rice and other varieties, and it's also naturally gluten-free. In addition, it is a good source of energy, inexpensive and versatile for meal planning. This is why I tell you white rice is unfairly criticized. There's just one problem with it actually. If you eat too much of it, more than 3 to 4 times a week, it may increase the risk of type 2 diabetes. This is why I'm also showing you some alternatives. Here with me, I have several types of rice. White rice, brown rice, parboiled. Which one is healthier for your kidneys? It seems like common knowledge that brown rice is better for you than white rice. And in many ways, that's true. Brown rice varieties have more natural nutrients, fiber, vitamins, minerals, while white rice varieties have been stripped of the natural nutrition. This means that white rice isn't considered a whole grain like brown rice is. And it's no secret that whole grains win out over refined carbohydrates in a healthy diet. This one in particular is brown basmati, and it's a great choice for people with diabetes and for anyone who wants to keep their blood sugar levels down. Being a whole grain, it has a lot more fiber, nutrients, and vitamins. It's basically healthier. But there's more to the argument than white rice is bad, brown rice is good. In the US and many other countries, white rice is typically enriched with added nutrients including iron and B vitamins like folic acid, niacin, thiamine, and more. It's called white enriched rice and should be easy enough to find. But in other countries, you're going to find just regular rice. So double check the label to be sure. Alright? Now, another very interesting type of rice is parboiled rice, also known as converted rice. It looks like regular white rice and might sound like it's pre-cooked, but it's not. Instead, it's processed quite differently from other types of rice. Because of the special processing, parboiled rice is a better source of fiber, calcium, potassium, and vitamin B6 than regular white rice. The process for parboiled does not pre-cook the rice, so it still takes about 20 minutes to prepare. Conclusion: eat rice regularly, up to 4 times a week or more if you're not diabetic. It's 100% the safe part of a healthy renal diet. So, eat white rice, parboiled or enriched white rice if you don't have diabetes and want to keep phosphorus intake low. Eat brown rice or find other low glycemic alternatives such as wild rice or brown basmati if you have diabetes or if you want a more nutrient alternative to white rice. Just be careful with prepared rice mixes. They often contain salt. Again, always check the label. Almost time for our number 1. There is just one more thing I want to show you before. A lot of kidney disease patients are using this program to improve their kidney function and lower their creatinine levels. There are some very inspiring success stories here in Double O Kidney. People are reversing their kidney disease thanks to what they learn here. This is why, if you're serious about improving your renal function, you should consider downloading this program. I'm leaving a link down in the description if you want to know more. Okay, can't wait to show you our number 1. Let's see what's inside. Leafy greens. Kale and spinach are incredibly healthy. Many people consider them the healthiest foods on the planet. They're so alkaline, they neutralize the unhealthy effects of less healthy foods. And they're also rich in iron, vitamin C, various vitamins from the B group, and more. But be aware that being so rich in nutrients means that spinach are also rich in potassium. Kale is better. It's one of the cooked greens with the lowest potassium amount. But it still has about 300 milligrams of potassium per cup, or 70 milligrams. That's not very low actually, but it's still safe and it's worth renouncing to some other high potassium food. Now, other leafy greens with incredible health benefits and lower potassium than kale and spinach are green cabbage. With just 150 milligrams of potassium per cup, or 90 grams. Lettuce with just 70 milligrams potassium per cup, or 36 grams. But you should also consider arugula, collard, broccoli, cucumber, and more. If it's green, it's probably healthy. How often should you consume these cruciferous superfoods? Daily! That's what I do, and there's no reason why you shouldn't do the same. Okay, this was our last one for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you've also discovered something new to add to your diet. A new video is coming next Friday as usual. Don't miss it. This is all for today. See you next time.